This gal here,
Twins.
she ran the laundry outside of where we had our tents. So if you wanted your clothes cleaned, you just put it, just handed them to her. And they basically took them down to the riverbed and banged them on rocks because all the buttons would come back broken. But they'd be clean.
These portraits are just
Yes.
just great stuff.
She's probably 12,
Faces.
12 years old. But you can see she was going to be a pretty young girl. That ended up being my parents' Christmas card, and they put a caption underneath, "Peace on Earth," and mailed that to everybody. So here I am playing with the Vietnamese kids, and like I said, I gave them a bunch of marbles. So you could go in the village and and play with the kids and and give them stuff. Here's when you were driving through the villages or whatever, all the mamasans would come out like they do like in Mexico and they want to sell you cigarettes or whatever. They're all trying to barter and sell. So that happened everywhere you went. So they had like a
Whisk.
I know. I don't know where she got that from one of the cooks or something. I don't know. Obviously, it was Marine Corps.
Yeah, that's military grade whisk.
But she thought that was pretty special.
Yeah,
This is down at the airport, and I should have my neighbor across the street come over and talk about this because he flew these planes. You can see it's got
fearsome looking.
6 500-pound bombs on each side as well as rockets. There's the A4s. It's the only propeller plane we still had there. No security. I could go out and stand right alongside the runway if I wanted to. Oh, you know who that is in the middle? Remember Jerry Dunphy?
Oh, come on. Of course I remember Jerry Dunphy.
Yeah. So it's not very bright in there, but I'm, at about a 30th of a second, I'm taking these pictures, hand holding them. And he says, "Were you taking pictures in here?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Well, if those come out, I want to get a copy of those." And I actually sent him copies of these two. Now this is a little bit backwards. I apologize, but this is on the way there.
Okay.
The Navy transported us up. So we went overnight. We left in the afternoon. We went all night long, and we got there the next morning. And we went blacked out. So there I am. We're out at sea. That's more typical. While we're transporting up to, you can see where there's a string of these LSDs. There's the one in front of us, and so every quarter mile there'd be one. As we're going up the coast. Oh, that's my buddy Tom Brown, TC, right there with the dark glasses. The one from Ohio. So here's the entrance to the Kamlo River from the Tonkin Gulf. So we're going from ocean into freshwater. So now it's got to be a little more heads up because we're starting to get to where they do shoot at you. So they're manning the 50 caliber machine gun up here. This is when we moved from Da Nang to Camp Carroll. We're in the city of Cam Lo. We went up the river as far as we could go on the landing craft. We took the whole 3rd Marine Division up the coastline of Vietnam and up the Cam Lo River and landed in Cam Lo. And so we have fleets of these LSDs here with all our gear. So this is the day. This is the day we're in new territory. We're basically up near the border of North Vietnam now. So we're unloading everything. So here we are going up this road, and we're headed towards Camp Carroll. Somewhere along here we made the wrong turn. But I remember seeing our colonel and company commander with the map out on the hood of this Jeep, trying to figure out where we're supposed to be going. Because there's no signs, there's no nothing. Yeah. So we drove all around one time, and the whole convoy made a U-turn someplace. Tanks and everything. So that's Dong Ha in the background, and there's the bay there, and that's where the Dongaha Airport was, and that's where the ammo dump went up, and I think I've got pictures of that. Okay, this is kind of interesting. So on the way to Camp Carroll, they did strike a mine, blew the track off that M60 tank. So these guys are repairing the track as we're driving by, wondering if there's any more mines. They had been leading the way, and so they got stuck. So that's what the top of Camp Carroll looked like when we first got there. It was all lush and everything. But let me tell you what, we ground that thing down to nothing. That was our living quarters when we first got there. To scratch a hole out of the side of the dirt, fill some sandbags up, and set up a perimeter. And we kind of cut a little path around the hilltop there. So it wasn't much when we got there. Is it? That's a little. It's like a. I'm trying to remember. It's like a cucamonga or something, kookaberry bird or something like that.
Tame, huh?
Yeah, it was. I actually picked it up somewhere and I fed it. That little funny bird.
It cling to you, huh?
Yeah, he just sat in my hand. Yeah. That's a scorpion. That's not a scorpion. Centipede.
Yeah.
That's a smaller one there. They got big enough that they were gigantic. This is the group in my tent, and this is a bit out of order because that's the bunker we built. And I have better pictures of us when we were building it. This is one of the prints that I showed you the other day.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Tom Brown, my buddy Tom, and Corporal Pipes. I forget the other guy, but they're all in my platoon. Okay, there's you remember that picture?
Sure.
Yeah. So you can see all the remnants of the wood that I had from the boxes that we built. Tom and I built that with.
How did you build those again?
Those we had these boxes, ammo boxes that came in, and we just busted them apart and took the wood and saved the nails. We'd straighten the nails back out and we'd hammer them almost in with a rock. You know.
No hammers.
No, we didn't have any hammers or saws. Oh, and then on the inside it had this aluminumized fabric for weatherproofing that everything was sealed in. So we used that and just stuffed it with grass to make the padding, right? And what I was real proud of was I had an armrest. I made an armrest on mine. So we're in a hog heaven there, and you saw that picture. That's coming off of patrol. That's right when we first got our M16s.
Yeah, look at that.
We traded in the M14s, and we just got the M16s.
It looks very different.
Yeah. Yeah, see the difference in hair from when I was first there?
Yeah.
That's Tom. I had to send that picture to him. So there's this is the first day we had our M16s. And in order to make sure that we took them right out of the cardboard box, they were brand new. They hadn't hardly even been fired. And the biggest fear with those guns is that you would fire them and they would jam. And you didn't want that to happen when you're out in the field. So Tom and I both took our guns down to the perimeter, and we each took 2 ammo boxes of 500 rounds each. Took 1,000 rounds each, and we just sat there and we'd shoot, either full automatic or semi-automatic, until the gun got real hot. We'd let it cool off. We'd clean it. We'd shoot some more, clean it, and it jammed periodically. And we finally got it to where it would shoot without jamming. So we set. There's Tom and his little op. Now see, Tom was what we call communication or comm supply. Okay, so he was a great buddy. So you see valuable things like light bulbs. And there's some those round things are like batteries, and the best thing he had were flashlight batteries because everyone wanted flashlight batteries, but he'd issue them out. So that was his office. And just someone taking a shower. You can see he doesn't have any clothes on. Just take a 5-gallon can and pour it. Okay, so here's the arrival of a care package. You know. A can of cookies.
Butter cookies.
Yeah. Now see that's my area right there is with the I'm sitting. I have a cot with an air mattress and a blanket on it. And that's it. Yeah. Those are 175 howitzers, 175 millimeter howitzers. You can see the bullets standing up in racks. That's just the bullets.
Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
see them.
So those are 126 pound explosives, and they could launch those about 26 miles into North Vietnam.
My goodness.
Yeah. Our job was to go into North Vietnam and spot for those guys, tell them where to shoot.
And that was 3rd Marines also.
No, that
Those
was
guys-
Army.
That was Army.
And that probably went one of the chaps with us. So here's like on a Sunday, and we chopped out like a little baseball field. So we're, that's recreation. Here, and we're up on top of Camp Carroll. We can see the whole valley. We can see the whole world from up there. You recognize the catcher?
That's you?
That's Superman.
That's Superman.
So now, this is kind of interesting. You notice how everyone's scrunched down on the holes. We got our
Yeah.
helmets and flak jackets on. This is the morning after one of the first big attacks we have in Camp Carroll. Okay, so we're all hunkered down because they rained stuff down on us. Stuff went everywhere. So we're waiting for we're all waiting to get hit, which they didn't say anything. The black fellow in the foreground, he was one of our sergeants, and he's showing off his Playboy magazine to us. But we spent the whole night just like you see those guys, waiting to get hit.
Laying down in the dirt, huh?
Yeah. Now the interesting thing was, that wasn't a real comfortable feeling, because the mortars were raining in on us. So, in fact, these are this is that morning. You can see where a mortar hit and blew those things up there. See a hole there? I'm standing in the hole where one of the where one of the rockets hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's deeper than I am.
What kind of rocket do you think it was?
It's pretty
Just
good
a
size.
mortar?
A big
Big mortar.
Yeah. The guy on the left is from Anaheim, Dave McDonald. We call him the Duck. So now, this is kind of fun because we didn't like that little lousy trench we were in. So these canisters are what the powder comes in for those 175 howitzers. And then when they shoot the powder, they're empty.
I see.
So we took those and we start filling those with dirt and we start building ourselves a bunker. And I even went and got explosives to help dig faster. So we'd light off little TNT charges and blow the dirt up so we could dig it faster. So that's lighting the fuse there. So we start building the all-time bunker. The trench is way down there where those pipes are. And we built a roof out of those pipes full of dirt. And then we start stacking sandbags on top of that. You see the construction here?
Yeah.
So we didn't want anything landing on our head. So this is kind of the progression of how this thing got built.
And you didn't build these until after you were
After we,
attacked.
yeah. Well, remember when we were in Da Nang and we had those holes with the sandbags?
Yeah.
Never heard an explosion the whole time.
Right.
So we were kind of nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
But the first time we got motivated in a hurry. So anyhow, you can see the progression. Our bunker's getting heavier and bigger and thicker. Now, so the top of our bunker now became like our sun deck. so but you could scurry down inside there in no time flat, like a little field mouse. If we started getting hit. Now that's inside the bunker. The little time exposure holding a candle. You can see what the roof looks like. That's the side of the tent right there. See where the guy's head is? That's the side of the tent. That's the entrance to our bunker. So if we got hit, down the rabbit hole we would go. Okay? So that was from inside the tent, that's how we got in the bunker.